It's important to think of play as a way of communicating. We're joined by Jess Gregory. She's a program supervisor with Child Savers here in our Richmond area. Jess, it's great to see you this morning.
Great to see you too. Thanks for having me.
It's our pleasure. It's really interesting to think about play as a form of communication, but right now it's needed more than ever for our young friends.
Yeah, so play, what we know is that play is really the way that our children communicate with us. It's also how they learn a ton of skills. They communicate their feelings, they learn how to problem solve. So it's really important to engage your kids in play whenever possible.
Jess, I think so many of us were thinking too and trying our best to adapt. But as the school year came to an abrupt end, we all focused on setting up classrooms, getting curriculums, understanding lessons. Are we taking the time to incorporate play as part of that communication and learning?
I think it's been a really hard time for parents and kids right now. Everyone is adjusting to a new normal routine. A lot of parents are working from home or still having to go to work. And then their kids are also struggling to adapt to being in school at home. And so I think probably play has definitely decreased for a lot of families and kids just due to their stress level. But it's something I would really encourage parents to do purposefully with their kids and to engage with them so that they give their children opportunities to communicate with them about how they're feeling about what's been going on, help them solve problems if they've got them. It's really the best way for you to get to know your kids and to really make sure that they know that you are connecting with them and just giving them that space to be able to express what they need to.
Right. So you've started to get into some of those benefits. That communication is key and really helping them feel the comfort. And I guess at this point, starting to help reduce anxiety.
Yeah, so play is a great way for kids to express feelings and to express those feelings in a way that helps them reduce the anxiety they're feeling. I think it also helps parents reduce anxiety about how they're wondering how their kids are feeling and what they're going through. And again, some kids may be adjusting really well, while other kids may not. And so just having the opportunities available for your kids to connect with them in a way, we know that when you play purposely with your kids, helps your kids feel valued and appreciated and really helps them know that you're trying to connect with them. And so even if they don't share any profound feelings or information, just the connection that you're building with them is so powerful, not just now, but for future too.
Right. There's a lot to knowing that you're there as a caregiver, as a parent, and being with them. Are there ways, and I know this might seem silly, but for adults to re-embrace play? I feel like sometimes we forget how to do it.
Absolutely. It's something I do almost every day with my clients. I play all the time. And so I think it'd be great ways. There's some ideas for folks. If your kids are a little bit younger and you can incorporate a special play time once a week or every couple days where you set aside time, you unplug from work, from TV, from phone to really just engage with your kid and let them lead the play. And be silly with them. Let them see you having fun, despite the fact that things are really stressful right now. So you're modeling for them how to cope in a healthy way and to still find joy in the small things that we can. And then there's other things and activities that we can talk about as well.
So get down on their level, starting to do things, be silly and embrace that. And as you said, there are other ways to do this too. Those are for young children. How do you start embracing maybe middle school age or even high school or as they get a little older?
Yeah, so some of the things that we talk about and you'll see in a lot of therapist office or in schools are sensory bins. And you think about those a lot for little kids, but actually that's a really calming tool or a way to help kids relax. So if you've got dry rice at home or dry beans, if you've got sand, great. Just putting those in a bin where kids can put their hands in and run them through while they talk or while they're playing. That's a great way to kind of just get kids, and older kids love it. I've had lots of conversations with teenagers while they've got their hands in some sand or some dried rice. Other things is art making. Making art with your kids is a great way to connect with them. You don't have to be an art therapist. You don't have to have fancy materials. You can just have them draw a picture of how they're feeling that day. You can have them draw a picture of something that makes them feel happy or excited or something they're looking forward to doing when we're not in quarantine anymore. And for your older kids, if folks are like, my kid's not going to do art, they say they're not an artist, they don't like to draw, A fun thing that you can do with them, and again, we're talking about ways just to connect and like have that opportunity, is something called, I call it a collaborative scribble drawing. And so you can just have, I would say your child or your teenager, just make like a quick scribble on a page. So just something silly like that for a minute. And then you take that page from them with their scribble and you turn their scribble into a picture. And it creates an opportunity for you guys to talk about either whether or not the picture is something they thought you were going to make, what they would have made. You can laugh together, share together. And then if they're comfortable, you can switch and do it again. So that's
awesome.
Just some small examples.
Those are great examples. And I love the scribble time. I was going to say, I find comfort in coloring. So the scribble activity would be a lot of fun. Jess, thank you so much for all the work that you do in our community.
Yeah,
really
thank you. And I want to let folks know too, if folks are really concerned about their kids struggling with this time, this really difficult time, please reach out for support. We are still open and providing mental health services. We also have our immediate response hotline, which is like a crisis service. So if your child's experiencing a mental health emergency or has experienced a traumatic event in the last couple of days, you can reach out to them at that number and connect with a therapist 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. And kids do not have to be an active client to access that support. And that number is 804-305-2420.
And we will be sure to post all the information on our website later today at WTVR.com/BTM. Jess Gregory, Program Supervisor with Child Savers. Thank you so much for making time.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
We appreciate it. These are some great ideas. I can't wait to put scribble time into action.
Once again, the Child Savers Immediate Response Hotline is available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Number is 804-305-2420. Stick around. There's more Virginia This Morning coming right up.